The Tennessee Titans upset the Miami Dolphins, and Will Levis is the franchise quarterback. The Tennessee Titans shocked the NFL world on Monday night when they beat the Miami Dolphins 28-27. And what a hell of a game it was, guys. And just to let you know, I'm recording this video today in front of the Christmas tree. Feeling a little in the holiday spirit. I had COVID last week, so I feel a lot more healthy this year, and just, spirits are in the up and the up. And my wife even lets me have the Tennessee Titans helmet there for the Christmas tree, so you got to be happy about that. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. For all you guys that have been with me since day one, appreciate you guys, love you guys. Comment down below, please do. I'm excited about this game. I'll get into the draft status towards the end of the video, but hey, guys, we're Titans fans. We want, at the end of the day, you want your team to win. It's hard to root against your team. I've gone into watching games thinking, oh man, if Tennessee, in years past, thinking, oh, if they lose, we get a better draft pick. But I still find myself rooting for them. It's hard to root against your favorite team at the end of the day. So hey, they won primetime television. Don't let people sit there and tell you that the Miami Dolphins gave the game away. Listen, Tennessee had to make the plays also. So hey, small market team, we're used to it. But hey, let's break down this video, guys. The Titans improved their record to 5-8, and the Dolphins fell to 9-4, and the Dolphins lost that 1 seed, currently being held by the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Titans defense kept the Miami Dolphins offense in check pretty much all night, and if it weren't for a dumb punt return attempt by Eric Garror and a bad pitch by Will Levis to Derrick Henry, there's a chance this game might not have even been as close as it was. Even Vrabel did say, you don't have to make it as hard as you did because of the mistakes. The Titans defense sacked Tua 5 times, and Harold Landry had 3 of them. Guys, I think it's safe to say Harold Landry is back, and he's back to form. It took a while, but that's expected after you tear an ACL. He's gotten better each and every game this year, and he looks to finally have his step back and is showcasing that speed. And he's also showcasing the reason the Titans signed him to begin with to that long-term contract extension, which, obviously, unfortunately, he tore his ACL that following offseason. But he's coming back to form, guys, and I love it. And what was most impressive to me is that the Titans had 5 sacks, and we did this without superstar defensive lineman Jeffrey Simmons, which, man, if he was there, it might have been 8 sacks. What a difference maker that guy is, and he wasn't even out there. Another guy that wasn't out there, Christian Fulton. I am not high on Christian Fulton. I was in the offseason, but after watching him play, how can you be? He was out this game, and I do think it is evident that this team is better off with him not in the lineup. He's a liability. He either gets outright beat in coverage, or he commits a penalty to give the offense a first down. I don't want to see him start anymore. I'm over it. Christian Fulton's got to go. He cannot be a starter on this team. I don't want to see him start anymore this season. I want to see him gone. Let's give some of these young guns a chance to play and a chance to prove themselves. And if they can't, we have to draft a corner with a high pick next year, or maybe in the free agency. Now, the Titans were also a little aided during this game because Tyreek Hill, missed a lot of time due to the ankle injury. He was kind of in and out of the lineup. He was out mainly the half of the second and majority of the third quarter, playing sparingly in the second half. You could tell that ankle injury bothered him, and he's not 100%. And I do think it's clear that Tyreek Hill is what makes the Miami Dolphins offense go. And they clearly look different with him now, not out on the field. And I've been seeing a lot of people say this, and I do agree with them. I think Tyreek Hill is the MVP of this season. Just goes to show that that team, the Miami Dolphins, cannot be who we're used to them being with him not on the field. Just what a difference with him off the field. It's just crazy. Now, the Titans defense played very well, but let's talk about the offense and the historic comeback The Titans are the first NFL team to ever be down 14 points with under 3 minutes to go and win the football game without overtime. It has happened before, but not without overtime. They did it in regulation. Now, you remember when Tennessee scored the first touchdown to come back, they went to a 2-point conversion, converted it, which then allowed us to next touchdown score, kick the extra point, and then we had 15 points instead of 14. So, big difference there, guys. Vrabel played that right, and even the commentators, the announcers were saying the same thing. That is analytically, that is the way to go. That is the call to make. The defense played its part, obviously, but this offense, led by Will Levis, manufactured a 9-play, 75-yard touchdown drive to bring the score to 21-27 when they went for the 2 points. And then they had a 4-play, 64-yard drive to bring the score to 28-27 Titans lead. The Titans then held the Dolphins to a 6-play, 16-yard drive that ended on downs with a Harold Landry sack on Tua. Levis started the game with 2 horrible series, guys. Absolutely just miserable series. And one of them was a pick 6 to a defensive lineman who then he tried to truck stick in the end zone. I love seeing that. As much as it's also like, ooh, what are you doing? Don't do that. It's also like yeah, get him. I want to see that fire. This kid's got it. I don't even know what it is, but he has it. And I love this guy. I really do. He refuses to give up, and he shows heart. And we've needed a quarterback like that for the Tennessee Titans for a very long time. Tannehill did us, a good service, but I never really saw the passion and the fire in him like I have Will Levis. And I want to see that. I don't know about you guys. I hate losing in anything. I'm a competitive person. If a guy is a professional athlete, I hope they hate losing too. And that's what, with Mariota, when we had him, yeah, he said he hate losing and stuff, but I really don't know what bothered him, what didn't bother him. I want to see fire in guys. It means you care. It means you give a shit. And I want to see that. I really do. Now, Will Levis finished going, he went 23 of 38 for 327 yards, 1 touchdown, and the 1 interception that we talked about. He also only took 1 sack, and he avoided a few others. And he should have been sacked at least 3-4 times, and he's avoiding those sacks. I love seeing that. Seems like he's more mobile now. I think he's a little more mobile now that his ankle maybe is not bothering him as much. We're seeing him, even be more. He's very great in the pocket, but now he's extending plays, scrambling. I love seeing that. That was something we haven't seen that much of because he does have the ability. He did it in Kentucky, so love that that's becoming a part of his game now, and that's going to drive defenses crazy. Now, Hopkins finished with 7 catches for 124 yards and a touchdown. Proves to be just still a dominant wide receiver. Spears had 6 catches for 89 yards. Levis is realizing, check the ball down to your playmakers when nobody's open, and Spears is a problem. He is a problem. Love it. Great draft pick. I might have, ragged on that draft pick because I wanted a wide receiver, but Spears, I understand now, was the right call. Now Chig seems like he's coming into his own now again. He did the same thing at the end of the last season, so maybe he's doing it again this season. But Chig had 5 catches for 46 yards. Henry and Spears didn't really muster much on the ground, which is why the passing numbers were so high because they were stuffing the run. But Henry did punch the ball in on short distances twice, and he finished with 2 touchdowns. Now, the Titans, like I said, I talk about the draft pick stuff, guys. The Titans had the 6th overall pick before this game started. After they won, and then the Giants won, they are now the 9th pick. So still top 10, but not 6, like they would have been if they lost. And you know what, guys? Like I said, I've never, excuse me, still have the cough. It's hard to root against your favorite team to lose. It is. And I've gone into it over the years when Tennessee's had its down years. I've gone into it thinking, man, root for them to lose, get a higher draft pick. And then when you watch the game, you get invested into it. Your feelings come back. The emotions are there. And you end up rooting for them to win anyways. And yeah, I like seeing them win this game. It was a primetime game, Monday Night Football. We might not see Monday Night Football next year unless we go on a winning streak here. They're not going to want to see the Titans, a team that picked in the top 10 2 years in a row, on primetime games. It's a good possibility. Will Levis will get us maybe some games. Who knows? That might get some attention. If we have Derrick Henry signed, come back, who knows? But guys, enjoy it while it's here, because we know what it's like when a team's not good and we don't get the respect and we don't get the primetime games. We've all been there, and like I said, this might be the last Monday Night Football game we have for a couple of years, so enjoy it. It was a win against a good, solid team. I'll take it. Now, obviously, Tennessee's not going to make the playoffs, but we did beat one of the best teams in the NFL. This gives me hope for next year. And then also, I think this really does cement Will Levis as the Titans franchise quarterback. I think now, having seen this, you can go forward and say, let's build our team around Will Levis. And I'm looking up right here. The new cap came out for the NFL season next year. It was projected before that Tennessee would have around $100 million in cap. But when they released the new cap number that's projected to be next year, it is now looking like Tennessee will have around $90 million. So $10 million less, but they're still projected to have the highest cap in the NFL. So you take this good draft class that we had this year, you take $90 million in cap next year, you take a rookie quarterback on, 3 years left on his rookie deal, and you take a GM who, in my opinion, nailed his first draft and can continue to nail these drafts. The future is very bright in Tennessee. I think I've always said coaching is the problem. Maybe it's consistent coaching. This team can really play football with the best of them when we want to, it feels like. But then other times it's just frustrating. Maybe we give this whole staff one more year, see what they can do, get the pieces. Because let's be honest, we don't have the most talent on this roster at all. We just need to coach these guys up, get more talent on the roster, some young talent with a draft, and then obviously we'll be able to acquire through free agency. Let's see what we can do. I'm excited for this team next year, and what I'm looking for the rest of the season is continued growth with Will Levis. I'm looking for continued growth with the offensive line. The offensive line, like I said, only gave up 1 sack. Will Levis, escaped a few others. But Jalen Duncan seems like he might be able to hold his own on the left. He's still a raw product. It's only his second start, so let's see what he can do. Skoronski is good on the left. I have not heard anything about Brunskill on the right when he was pulled out. I don't know if it was an injury or what, but I'm still trying to find something out about that. If you guys have any news on that, please comment down below. We need to upgrade center next year for sure. And guess what? If we can bring Hubbard back, or maybe have even MPF back at right tackle, maybe we're fine at right tackle. But we need to upgrade center for sure. Brewer is too small, and he's not it. We cannot have Brewer being our center next year at all. But that's what I'm looking for. Improved offensive line play. I want to see Levis continue to grow. And one other thing that's starting to kind of pique my interest here is if Christian Fulton obviously was out, are they going to maybe take my advice? I mean, not going to take my advice, but just maybe I'll get lucky and say, hey, listen to little Titan Uprising over there, and we want to sit Christian Fulton for the rest of the year. Just do it. Do it and see what you guys can do, what you guys can get out of young players. If you guys can do that, maybe we find someone that's a steal, and if not, we have to spend a high pick on a corner next year. I don't know. Let's just see what we got, because, guys, Fulton's not it. He's not on the team next year. So I really hope Titans do that. I would love to see that. I hope they lean that way. I hope they can see what us as fans see and say, hey, Fulton was not out there, and the secondary played okay against one of the most explosive offenses in the league. Let's see it. And let's hope they do it. Now, guys, I'm wearing the Oilers jersey. I have the Derrick Henry one on. I need to get a Will Levis jersey. I am working on that. But there's a reason I'm wearing the Oilers jersey. Not just because it's one of my favorite jerseys now, but we play the Houston Texans in Tennessee next week. and we're wearing the Oilers jerseys. Watch Hopkins go off against his former team in the Oilers jerseys. Man, and they're going to be probably without C.J. Stroud. Man, this is going to be a... we might end up winning this one, going to 6-8, and I'll be like, oh, there goes that top 10 pick. But hey, who knows? Let's win some games, see what happens. Yeah, let's win. Let's win, baby. Who said that? All right, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll make a video before we face the Houston Texans. And as always, tighten up, guys.